Well, hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. And today I suppose you're wondering, why am I behind the keyboard instead of that side of it? Well, I want you to stand that side of it so that you can see my setup, and I'm going to go through each individual piece that I'm using. So I've been doing a lot of live playing recently, and seeing as I have everything here set up, I thought I'd go through and give you a look at what I'm using, why I'm using it, and how I'm using it, and maybe a few tips and pointers if you want to do something similar, or you may be going out playing a guitar or whatever, and maybe you're going at it from that point of view. So I'll just show you a setup in the hotel I'm playing. So we're going to take a look at that now, and then we'll come back and I'll go through everything else here on the video. Okay, so that was set up at the venue. So what am I using? I'm using a Tyrus 2 keyboard. You can use any of the Tyrus range or any of the range of keyboards, PRSR keyboards, and I'm using it by using styles. And I set up an octave and a half on this side for the rhythm end, and then I can pick my instruments here then to play. And I use a lot of song styles, and also a lot of built-in styles that are suitable for certain songs. So you've really got to go through your stuff and you've got to pick and match things. And I set everything up then on registration for me to recall and name the song. It's all about preparation really, because when you're on a gig you need to be able to call the song. So at a push of a button you can bring the song up that you want to do, and not be fumbling and fimbling around in the middle of between songs instead of playing, because you want to try and entertain your audience and not be too deep in the technical things, doing technical things. That's why the preparation is very, very important, and to set up your gig and work out what you're doing. Also, another thing is you might be using a keyboard, you might be using a guitar, or you might be using looping pedals. It's very important to set everything up as you might use it at home. And also put your microphone and everything up and sing into it like if you were doing a gig, to get the feel of, if you're playing a gig, what it's like. Because you can practice away and then you put everything together and you go in front of the mic might be blocking the view of something, and you mightn't be able to see what you're doing. So it's very important to set everything up as you would on the gig. Practice. If you don't have space at home to set it up, try and get yourself some little practice room or practice hall where you can set it up and turn up the volumes as you're going to have them. Test it out and maybe even record yourself playing for your own purposes and just listen back to it. So that's the Tyrus keyboard. You can use any keyboard you want. Now I'm using the Alto 802 live mixing desk. It's a small little mixing desk. It's got line inputs, it's got mic inputs, and it's got some stereo line inputs. And I'm running my keyboard in stereo, and I've got the stereo going here left and right into a channel here left and right. I'm using 2 line array systems here with the bins and the line array tops. These are LD Maui 11 mix, and I'm using 2 of them, one each side to get a nice balanced sound going out. For the microphone, I've got the microphone thing here going in XLR into a microphone channel, and I'm using an Encore condenser mic. This is the Encore 300. They also make a 200, and I think they might make a 100, but I'm not sure now, I can't really remember. But this is the Encore 300 mic, and it's a condenser mic. and I've that going into the TC Helicon Perform V. Now TC Helicon make 5 or 6 of these different boxes. I just happen to have the TC Helicon Perform V, and they make different ones for if you're rapping and doing different things. They make different boxes, but this is the one I have. I use it very simply. I'm using the 48 volt phantom power, which I need for this microphone because it's a condenser mic. You need phantom power. Even though I've got 48 volt phantom power on my mixing desk, I leave that one off and I use it off the box because you only need to have one. I just use simple reverb and stuff off this to give me some nice reverb, and you can, if you're talking between songs there, you can just knock that off by hitting the talk button. Again, everything very, very simple. Registrations, call up your song. If you want to talk between songs, you just hit the talk button. All very, very simple. That you don't want to be fiddling around with technical stuff when you're playing. Now, also on the floor, I've got 3 foot pedals. I've got a volume pedal. I've got a latch pedal, it's called, a Yamaha latch pedal. So it just latches. And I use that for changing lyrics because I can have some lyrics on here as well to correspond to my styles, and I can scroll the lyrics with a foot pedal. And I've also got a sustain pedal for piano and for sustaining different instruments. And there's 3 inputs here for the 3 foot pedal, and I've got them marked because I have them set up on the keyboard in a certain way, so I need to have them going in the right place. So I've marked my cables here, and a good tip is to just push, if I can just show you this here, is just to push sellotape a bit of thing around it, and then write 2, input 1, input 2, input 3. So I have that done here for my pedal. So that's just a little tip there. Also on the labelling, because when you go into venues can be very dark and it can be hard to see what you're doing. And you might be against a wall, or you might be in a corner or wherever, or you might have a stage if you're lucky. Mark where your cables go into your back of your speakers with labels on both sides and so on. So anything you need for the cable going in, and then you won't have to do as much troubleshooting if you have a problem on the night. So you might set everything up and something is not working, and then you're looking and you're wondering, well, what cable is that or where is that? So if you label your inputs where you're putting things, label your cables, and then you can see where everything is going. So that's just a handy tip there. And again, keep the setup as simple as possible, because you want to entertain the people and you don't want to be fumbling around with technical and doing technical things, unless that's the kind of a show you want to do. That's just my talk today on playing live and setting up. And if you are out there playing live, enjoy it. Make the people happy. That's what it's all about. And enjoy the gigs, because it can be great fun and can be very rewarding. So keep at it and keep going at it. Bye till next week. Thank you.